So in the process of trying to find a sponsor, I wanted to keep that in mind, right? I wanted to get a sponsor who would give us money to help us fund that building, but also make something worth it to the viewers. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Commonwealth Cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Hope you guys are doing great out there. I've got 3 or 4 topics on my mind today, and I don't know which one I'm going to get to. I know the big one. The big one is an announcement. Something's been in the works for a long time. I've been teasing it for a long time, but I've got 2 other topics today, one of which is some fairly slow sales over the last day and a half for me. And when that happens, you know, I get all kinds of different reactions from people and like, you know, what's going on, whatever. I'll tell you what I do when there's slow sales, and a really cool sale to start off here really quick, and then a few more cool ones as we go. Let's take a look. I promise I won't make you wait too long to the announcement. As a matter of fact, we'll do 4 sales, but I'll tell you what the announcement is now. We're going to eventually head out into the cabin, out there to the cabin. I don't know what we've got a name for that. Actually, we do have a name for that. I'm going to tell you what the new name for the new building is even before it's done, because for now it's going to be named after the sponsor. I'm going to make that announcement today along with some other things and some thank yous as well. But first, check out this sale. If you remember not too long ago, we had my wife on here doing a Goodwill episode. We have her on every couple of weeks when she sneaks away, and she knows she shouldn't because we've got massive death piles, but she just can't help herself. And she grabbed this one, and I always give her grief about it. And then she comes back and finds something like this, and I'm like, that is sweet. I'm so glad you went. $3.99 for this one. Sandlot, you're killing me, Smalls. And that was an XL. I put it up on... I had so many people ask me about it that I decided, you know, I can't tell one person right when it's listed and the size and everything. I figured I would put it... Look at those s'mores on there. I figured I would put it on Instagram. And just so everybody, at least on Instagram, had a shot at it. And then it sells to somebody who's not a viewer. $39.95 plus shipping. Not bad for $3.99. I'll take that every time. Thank you, Blue Ridge Mama. I know this isn't popular, but I'm not a huge Sandlot fan. My oldest boy likes it, and Turner hasn't even seen it yet. That's my type of baseball movie right there. Major League as well. Field of Dreams. But you know what? I'm sure everybody has a movie from their generation. That just wasn't from my generation. But so many people love that, and you just gotta love the shirt. I was gonna say there isn't a ton of viewer sales today, and there's not a message on this one, but I recognize the name, Lori. So Lori, thank you for grabbing that vintage troll doll. Redskins troll doll. I think that one had a haircut at one point. Looks like it to me anyway. See, it's a little longer over there. I don't know. It's like Don King's hair right there. $14.20 for that one plus shipping. The next one is something I catch a lot of grief from time to time, but I'm perfectly okay with making this kind of money. You'll see what I'm talking about. This is a backgammon. Well, I buy a backgammon game. A particular one, Low, is the brand name. I don't know if you can see that on this card or not. See that right there? It says Low. I grabbed that one. It's in a plastic case, and they're like checkered, like, they're really like checkers for the backgammon. I think they're in here. Here, let me show these to you. Now, these didn't sell. See, they're like marbled checkers. They're certainly not Bakelite. But I sell those separate, and I sell the cups and the dice and the instructions separate. And this was $14 plus shipping. So I'll pay $1 or $2 for the game, because you've got $14 plus shipping there, and then you've got, I think this is probably more, 15 or 16, maybe somewhere around there. But let's say it's $30 in 2 sales plus shipping. You know, who wouldn't pick up a video game? You know, who wouldn't pick up something like this or this for a couple bucks and sell it for 15? But for some reason, people like to get on me for, you know, selling something for 10 bucks or whatever. But this is something I've done. I probably sold this exact set in this exact way, I don't know, 30 times over the years. I love it. Sold another Disney Vinylmation. This was a duplicate, so this was one we had 2 of, so it was a multi-quantity. The Art of Disney. See those little sketches in his ears? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. A little movie reel down there. Anyway, that one sold for $7.99. All pure profit. We've made our money back and then some. Multiple times over, actually. $7.99 plus shipping. And this one did go to a viewer, went to Lad. Kevin, thank you for your channels and your info out there. You've helped me learn how to spot kinds of items I would have passed on before. Hopefully you still pass on some of the things I pick up. You've helped me to branch out of just my comic and toy niche. This vinylmation will go nicely with my others. Thank you, lad. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it, and it's on its way. Next one is something my wife picked up at Walmart. They had a massive clearance, and we don't do too much retail arbitrage anymore. We don't do Amazon, so you know, that's the kind of stuff. Although I used to do a ton of retail arbitrage just on eBay. It's how I got started. Maybe a month into when I started eBay, I started to do a ton of retail arbitrage, made a bunch of money. That became a little bit more difficult on eBay over the years. Plus, it's not nearly as fun for me as going out to garage sales. So I stopped, but she still checks that clearance aisle and finds some good stuff every now and again. This is not an amazing one because it's a one-off. There's only a quantity of one. If there was multi-quantity, it would have been a home run, but because it went for 50 cents and it sold for $10 plus shipping. Can you imagine finding like 50 of those? That would have been really awesome, one listing. But you know what? We'll still take it. Nice, tidy little $6 or $7 profit. It's a Life Straw home replacement filter. I'll take it. All right, y'all, we're going to make the announcement today about the sponsor for the new building out there, the new shed. But before I do, I want to give a big thank you to everybody out there listening in general, because none of this is possible without you guys paying attention to this show and to the Commonwealth Picker channel. And just a heartfelt thank you for this, because this sponsor is going to offset some of the cost. Not nearly as much as it costs, but it's still going to make it better out there. This building is going to be more fun for me. It's going to be better, hopefully, for the viewers because of this sponsor. And in addition to that, the sponsor is also going to make products cheaper to you as well, which is something I really sought after in this whole process. Now, before I announce the sponsor, I want to discuss one thing really quick. Two things, actually. People ask me about these books. Why are these books here all the time? Well, this book is where I do the accounting for my kids. You know, after they're done doing their video, you know, Turner gets $1 to save, $1 spend, $1 all that stuff. Reagan comes in here and she works all the time. She works really hard, y'all, on the merch for y'all, along with Bub's girlfriend. And they are controlling all of it. And that's what that is right there, actually. And so we do the accounting for them. And we, you know, talk about how much money's in their savings account and how much they're going to get paid every Tuesday and all that stuff. You know, how much cash and all that. You know, $1 to save and $1 to spend and all that. And then we go as a family and do the donations to the different things. But this book, for a long time, when we still do Buy Me a Coffees. That link is still down there. And we called it Buy Me a Piece of the Shed. So if you've been around a while, you remember that. And people would give $2, $4, $6, sometimes $50 or $100. And we kept track of all of that. And that money went to this new building out there. And it was close to $5,000 worth. So that building was really expensive. Far more than that, actually. And I could get into specific numbers, I suppose. I find it a little bit not very tasteful, but I guess it's probably not that big of a deal. Let's just say roughly it was around $10,000 for that building out there. It's pretty big. It's well constructed. You know, all kinds of stuff go into it. And then on top of that, we're paying a couple of gentlemen to come on over and to make massive improvements to it. When it's done, you guys will be impressed, I think. I hope. Not just the inside, but the outside as well. And there's a lot of money. As you know, electricians are expensive. People to work on building. That stuff's expensive these days. And I have zero skills. I mean, I hate to say it, but I got zero skills. And so I have to pay people to do things. And I've been working with some folks that I've known. Matter of fact, one of the young men out there, I coached in baseball when he was just a little guy. And now he's a really big guy, and I asked him to do it, and he's been helping us out. So I could talk about this stuff forever, but I wanted to give a big thank you to everybody whose name's in that book right there. Everybody who bought an Enaman, a real Enaman, right? Not the CWP one that you can find on CommonwealthPicker.com, but paid a lot of money for one of these guys. Thank you to all of you. You know, this shed, the Commonwealth Cabin, we dubbed it the house that Enaman built. You know, like the house that Babe Ruth built for Yankee Stadium, because quite literally all of this was paid for by profit from that Enaman right there, all of it. And so once this was paid for, we started taking that money, putting it towards that building. And so those people's names are in there. And so we're going to create some kind of a sheet. It's going to be in mice type. and put a frame up and whatever of all those names as a thank you to all of those people. And we are going to head out there in just a second. Maybe we might put, yeah, we'll head out there in just a second, and then we'll finish the video in here. That right there, if y'all remember that, we did the collaboration with Farmcraft 101, and we put that thing up for auction. It's a Model A, complete restoration of that Model A wheel that sold at auction. We said we're going to take the money and put it towards the new building out there. We split the money with Farmcraft 101, and then Brian Klaus donated it back to us and said, hey, put it out there in the new building. So Brian, we're going to put that out there in the new building as a special thank you to you. Now, having said all of that, right before we announced the name and the sponsor for the new building, the great thanks are to all of you, everybody who's ever subscribed to any of the channels, you know, Commonwealth Picker before this, Commonwealth Flipper, anybody that's ever left a heart, anybody that's ever left a comment, a kind word, made a purchase, got some merch, whatever, the big thank yous are to you. And so in the process of trying to find a sponsor, I wanted to keep that in mind, right? I wanted to get a sponsor who would give us money to help us fund that building, but also make something worth it to the viewers to give back. And we finally got one. I'll address that in just a second. That was willing to give a little bit back, a percentage of a particular product, for instance. We'll talk about that in a second. And I was adamant that that's something that I wanted. And I found that. And I found a business that has an owner that has a name, like Joel at American Bubble Boy, you know. Somebody called me up the other day, or somebody left me a message the other day and said, hey, my bubble wrap took 8 days and still not here. I'm like, that does not sound right. Something's wrong with this. And so I sent a message to Joel, and he was on it like that. Now, I'm not promising that's the kind of stuff that happens all the time, but that's why I like to work with people that own their own businesses, that have names, that I can make a phone call if necessary. Some of you may be savvy enough to look in the description of my videos, because I've been teasing this topic for a while, and realize that there's a new name there, and the name is SupplyHut. And SupplyHut actually is something that I've been linking down in the descriptions for a long time because I use their products. You see this right here? You've seen it a bunch. SupplyHut. SupplyHut. I've got SupplyHut boxes there. I think that is a SupplyHut box. That is a SupplyHut box. And I have one more SupplyHut box that I store up there. So I decided one day that I would reach out to a few people that I use their products. And that's exactly what I did with SupplyHut. Sorry, forgive me, I'm going to tell the story here. And I just sent a message to the email that was on the website. And a young lady answered the phone. A young lady responded to the email. And she sent it on to, I think, her uncle. And I got a phone call from Charlie at SupplyHut. And I'm like, this is really cool. And we talked for a long time. And we worked really hard on this to try to make it work for me, for him, and for you. And I think we've done that. It's a one-year sponsorship. That building out there is going to be the SupplyHut. There's going to be a sign out there that's SupplyHut. There's a link below. I'll mention them from time to time. And the link is to supplyhut.com. It is not to the eBay place where I used to buy all my stuff, right? And it's going to go directly to SupplyHut, which means he doesn't have to pay all those eBay fees. And in return, he can give us a discount. So 5% off. If you go to that website and you order anything that you would typically order, especially if you already order these particular boxes or whatever. I love these things, especially the small ones just like that. And I'll talk about that, you know, in days to come. But if you go there and you put in code Commonwealth, you'll get a 5% discount off of those products. Now, I'm sure Charlie would be okay with me saying this because I've already talked about it. You know, he sells bubble wrap, right? Well, you know what? Joel has the cheapest bubble wrap and it gets to you the fastest. But let me tell you, there are products on SupplyHut that if you go out there and you're trying to find products that get there quick and are the best for the price, SupplyHut is going to be the best on a lot of products. You know, if they're not the best on a product, I'm not telling anybody to use that link. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I'm cheap, you know. I want to search out the best product, the best bang for my buck. And I know SupplyHut has it on a bunch of products, especially when you go to their website instead of going through, you know, Amazon or going through eBay because they have to pay those fees. Especially if you can put that 5% off Commonwealth code in there, then you can get the best product out there for the best price. So Thank you again to Charlie, and we'll be talking about it in days to come. I really appreciate this. I hope you guys will use those links. It's also in my link tree. I think you can just go to the website. You don't even have to go through the link. I don't think. If you put in code Commonwealth, you can just go directly there and you'll get your 5% off. Okay, here we are. I'm going to give you a quick little tour today. Don't have the lights, obviously, yet. So you're not going to have too much brightness in here, but you know, we still have a ton of work to go. But let me just talk a little bit about what it's going to look like. But more importantly here, for today's episode, this is where we're going to have probably a TV that has SupplyHut on it or some kind of sign right there. That's what we're going to do. I haven't figured out where we're going to put Brian's. Oh, look at that. We got a wasp in here. Brian's Model A. Maybe right there. I might hang it from the ceiling. Might put it on one of these walls over here. I think I'm going to have a testing center over here. So another TV and a workbench with lots of drawers. And then lots of picture taking areas over here. Got a surprise right here for this slot, which I'll tell you somewhere down the road. And a little surprise that a lot of you will freak out when you see what I'm doing with this space. You'll be like, that is a waste of space. But you know me, I think a little bit different. So I'm just going to do what I want to do and let the chips fall where they may. I think I've showed you this before in a previous video. And tons of storage up here. So we're going to have access to this. It's plenty big enough to get tubs up there and get them down. Have a little system to do that. And then over here as well is going to be tons of storage. So the idea is going to be during the buying months, come in here and process a lot of stuff very quickly from here. Bring the tubs in, organize them into the correct tubs. Like we might have a tub for Plush here, or a tub that Blue Ridge Mama lists here. Maybe one that Bubba's girlfriend lists here. Maybe another tub that Reagan does right here. Stuff she likes to list. Maybe one for Turner eventually. And we'll have, you know, we're going to put all cassettes here. We're going to put all this here, all that there. We're going to have clothing rack here in the middle, storage underneath, which is going to be kind of cool. We'll get the clothing in here pretty quick and then get the pictures. You know, we'll put them in here, and then this side will be the side we pull from first. And I'll leave this for later. We'll talk about that. I think we're going to do a mini split, which I think we're going to put there, even though you probably should put it the long way. It's not going to really work, because that's going to be closed off and this will be closed off. I think we only really need to heat and cool this side, you know, the best. So there's all kinds of things that we're going to do. But these storage areas up here are going to be for those things that I want to list in the winter time. So, because I stopped sourcing and I basically don't go to Goodwill. So I don't know if you're like me or not, but when I buy, you know, 8 months, 9 months a year, and I just buy, and I can't list it as fast as I buy it. And then those other 4 months, I don't source hardly at all, if at all. And so I start pulling out old bins. And so that's where those bins are going to be for, those kind of catch-all things. We're just going to pile it in there, and then every winter we're going to pile it out and list it. We just need good access points. And that's a nice big one right there we can get up to really quickly. And then this one, we got to figure out a way to get up there. So I think these loft areas being as big as they are going to be a big benefit. And this storage area here is going to really be a sorting, immediate list kind of area. I have a chicken right here. Turner's over there making some kind of concoction to make a homemade smoothie, he told me, or a homemade slushy. So I'll let you see all this stuff as days go by. You know, we'll give you little glimpses, and at the end we'll do a recap of everything. We're going to put in some nice flooring. We're going to put some backing here. We'll have a nice tabletop that goes around the entire area. We'll have some shelving here, a few little display areas. Have an area back here where I want to, you know, people send stickers and all kinds of stuff. And I like to display stuff. And so we're probably going to do something here where people send stuff in. We're just going to put it here until it's all filled up. Like in the other cabin, it was kind of catch-all, right? There's just not enough space to put everything up. And I don't know, should we put license plates in here? I know we did that there. I thought maybe we could put a few here like we do over there. Maybe a few here. But I don't think I want to do it quite the same. I was also thinking about putting license plates over here on all the bins, just for old time's sake. There's no SKU system or anything like that, but maybe we might do something like that. We've got all 50 states, so I don't know. Maybe we won't. Maybe they'll just be unique ones. Maybe we'll put stickers on bins. I don't know what we'll do. We got to do something. Should I paint this, y'all? There's really no point to painting it other than the fact that I like it to be painted, so I'll probably do that. Of course, there'll be some walls here. We'll display some stuff. So Anyway, that is a little bit of a brief synopsis of this thing. And once again, a big giant thank you to SupplyHut. And, you know, go check it out. Go check out SupplyHut.com. If there's anything you like over there that you need to have for Q4, make sure you put in code Commonwealth. You get a 5% discount. Now, there were 2 more topics I wanted to talk about today. This item up here is one of them. I'm going to grab it in a second. This is not one of them, but I almost tripped over it. So, you know, I know it's cliche, but Q4 is coming. I ordered those right there. I ordered a few more that are still on the front porch because I couldn't carry it all. And then I ordered some padded envelopes as well, which go right here. And I've already put those back up there, I think. Did I put them back there? I thought I put them somewhere. Now they're hanging around here somewhere. Let me see if I can actually get this. I doubt I can get this with one hand here. But this is the other topic. You know, besides slow sales, the big announcement. Whoops. This is the other one. This buyer is kind of annoying. And I'll let you in on it in just a second. But I'm a little afraid to walk down this thing with one hand holding the camera and one hand holding Santa. There you go. I did it. I did it. There you go. And I don't even remember how much it sold for. All right, here's what's slightly annoying about this here. Buyer's note. Hello. Please pack well to protect the original box. Box is soft. It's old. It tears off. And not sturdy for shipping. Without outer box protecting it, it will be damaged. Best regard. Okay, it's a drop shipper, y'all. And, you know, oftentimes you get that. And you know, it's not the biggest of a deal. But, you know, when you've been doing this, you guys, if you've been doing this a long time, then you can certainly get a little offended. It's like, I know how to ship something, right? I haven't had anything break in, you know, 6 years or whatever it is, right? There's a fly on this camera. It's driving me nuts. There it is. So this right here is going to be drop shipped. It's going to end up somewhere in the Far East. Selling more club head covers. I just dug them all out of there. I spared you the time of me digging through there. This one's not even in great shape. Sold for $8 plus shipping. TaylorMade R5. All this is pure profit. We're well into the profit already on this buy. We were into the profit after 3 sales, and we've been selling a couple every day. The 917F sold for $12.95 plus shipping. Got a little damage, but it's not too bad. By the way, SupplyHut doesn't just do boxes. They do these as well, which is the size I usually would package something like this in. These poly mailers right there. It's where I get mine. It's where I've got mine for a long time. And they also do tape. And I buy tape in sets in lots of 36. And at that price, they're really, really competitive. So I've been grabbing my tape from them for a while as well. All right, we have No Name in here. What is wrong with No Name? I put treats down for you, No Name.
No Name love.
I put treats down for you.
Yes, he's fat, but he likes love.
What are you wearing?
Today was...
That's my shirt.
Yes, it is. Look, ready?
Today is what?
Today was Tacky Tourist Tuesday.
Tacky Tourist Tuesday.
And I had socks on with this to make it look extra. And I had sunscreen on my nose.
I see your chicken feather on the bottom of your shoe.
Ew.
Oh my goodness. We'll get it in a
later.
minute. All right. Well, somebody found the treats. All right. Okay. I'm distracted by your appearance today. But would you give us a rundown? Maybe we can't go over every item, but almost every item in the store sold today. All kinds of different shirts, trash to cash stuff. The stickers sold. The bags sold. There's tons of stickers. An Inaman sold.
Look at him. He's such a
so
good
fat.
boy.
So fat.
So
we're not going to mention what sold, but a ton of stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, and what else? There's one other thing that's been selling like crazy. What's the other thing? I think it's the bag that's been selling. The bag should be gone by the time they see this video, by the way. They're running out fast.
Z.
Sharon.
Karen.
Amanda.
Holly. Lisa. Barry. And Alicia.
Okay.
And Jennifer.
Very good. I wonder if there's anything on there I have to read. I can't remember.
Lisa is My Good Life Finds.
My Good Life Finds. Okay. Very good. Well, thank you for that.
Barry is Flipping Beach.
Flipping Daytona Beach. You got it. Okay. Very, very cool. Thank you. And thank you for all your hard work with all the stuff you've been doing lately. I appreciate that. And thank you for taking care of these animals. I appreciate it. I just made the announcement that SupplyHut's the sponsor for the shed, which we're excited about. Are you excited about that thing getting finished? I am too. I can't wait to show them when it's all done. we've been taking video of the whole thing every single day, and then we're going to do like a time-lapse video at the very end and post it. So that'll be cool. Anyway, you happy about that? You like that new shed? All right.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Y'all are going to have to get out of my way because I got to go back and get some games right there.
Oh, yeah. Bunny kicks?
All right, I'll just go around you. It's all right. You don't have to. Oh, okay. Sold I sold a Dr. Mario game. Do y'all remember when I sold that Dr. Mario piggy bank? That thing was awesome. This sold for $26. It would have sold for more, but it's got a little residue and stuff that I didn't get off. But, you know, you gotta sacrifice money for time sometimes. So, there you go. Oh, he's spoiled rotten. Yes. See you later, baby. $26 free shipping. Still have another sale, and we have to do Turner's sale here. If I can track him down. He's been busy all day during baseball and all kinds of stuff. But before I do that, I just want to say that I do have slow sales days, just like a lot of folks out there. The last 2 days have actually been pretty slow sales. I mean, this is all we have. This is it. So not very high volume or high dollar. But you know what? I don't freak out about it. I think that's kind of, every time that happens, it motivates me more to list. And so obviously, you know, that's the obvious answer, right? So slow sales day means you don't have to ship a whole bunch of stuff out of here. Still, you know, it's a 1.5 days and we're over $200. So it's not the end of the world. But the volume is down a little bit. The prices are down. The prices are down because I'm listing easy stuff to list. I haven't dug into the tough stuff, the high dollar stuff sometimes. And you're just picking the low-hanging fruit. I remember talking to Tim over the years in this cabin one time, and I talked about just this topic. You know, what do you do every day? Do you have goals that you hit every day? And he's like, you know, some days are different. You got to kind of adjust to the day. And so if you have a day that you're not shipping out as much, then take that extra time and do something else that needs to be done. Maybe something you don't want to do. Maybe find those tough items to sell and go ahead and grab them, clean them, list them. Maybe do something like that. Maybe dig in that death pile with something that you've been dreading having to do for a while and list it. You know, take advantage, turn a negative into a positive. And this sale lately has been an inside sale, but it was my only inside sale, so I decided I'd do it out here. This is a Goldberg bumper sticker, and this one I think was the third sale to a viewer today. It sold to Ruben. Thank you for your videos and for always responding to my messages on Instagram. I don't always respond to everybody on there, but the best chance of me responding is on Instagram. It's not even a great chance, but it is the best chance. I almost never respond to people on eBay if it doesn't have to do with an eBay item. There's just too much, and I don't do it very often on email as well, but and Facebook almost never. Anyway, Instagram is a good bet. RubeStar3241, that's the name of your Instagram. I love VHS. There's a cat over here, Ruben. Let me let him in. Or let her in, I should say. That's Pepper. He says, I love VHS. I asked you how to ship a bumper sticker, and you replied. So he just wanted to say thank you. I wanted to show my support and learn from you at the same time. You always say, when I was a teacher, but you're still a teacher to us resellers. I don't know about that. I will tell you this, that there are so many folks out there that have taught me so much since I've started doing. I learn all the time. I was a pretty good picker and a pretty good seller, and I just like to think I'm continuing to get a little bit better, and the viewers out there help me in the comments sometimes, especially on the picker channel. I'm like, you missed this. I'm like, I did. And then I go find them, like, I did miss that. And then you add it to your repertoire, and you start to get better and better. So thank you, Ruben. I do appreciate the kind words. That is not a promise that I will always answer everything. Matter of fact, if you're new, or maybe if you're not new, maybe if you have something to add to the discussion, go over to the Facebook group, not Garage Sale Nation, because that one's dedicated to finding massive sales all over the country and doing meetups and stuff like that. It's a great channel, or not channel, great group, Garage Sale Nation. Go check it out. But if you want to do the Trash to Cash Reseller podcast group and add some reselling wisdom to that group, there's already a lot of great folks over there. Go ahead and check that out. And I'm sure if you just put your comments, or excuse me, put your questions in there, people will answer you. And hopefully they'll do it in a nice way. But let me answer this question for everybody. Forgot to tell you how much it sold for. $10. Free ship for that one. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it, right? You can do the record boxes, and that is really expensive. and a waste of a ton of cardboard. That is a possibility. If I had like an NWO sticker and this one, you know, and it was different shapes and sizes, I'd put them in one of these bags right here. Oh, it's not in there. I know, Pepper. Put them in one of these bags, the clear ones. And then I would put them in there and maybe use a box like that, but it's a little expensive. Another way is to take a longer box like this and to slide it into it. And then you've got that long, sturdy section in the middle. But it does tend to bend a little bit, so I don't like to do that because if somebody gets a bent one, they're going to be pretty ticked. Another way to do it, which is time-consuming but cheap, is to recycle little cardboard boxes that you might have around and cut it specifically to this size and then slip it in one of these maybe. But that's expensive too. Maybe you can just put it in a poly after you do that. I've seen people just literally put the cardboard around it and then tape around it. There's that option. Speed and cost efficiency is this number 4 box. I love this box, and not just because it's a SupplyHut box, but let me show you this. So you can take a box like this. You know, people don't mind. What they don't want is something to come that's got a crease in it. That they don't want. But if you take these and lightly roll them up like that, and then stick them in there, they're going to be perfectly happy. Now, you don't want the box to crush, so if you might want to take some of this paper here and take that paper and crumple it up and stick it right there in the middle so it's got a little bit of crush resistance to it. Maybe put a little bit more than that so it's topped off a little bit. And then tape it, not just tape it this way. There you go, right there. Tape it this way, but also tape it this way, and maybe even on the sides, just to give it a little extra support so it doesn't crush. But that's how I would ship a bumper sticker. It's going to come out slightly rolled up, right? But nobody's going to care if that's a bumper sticker. You know, you literally can just bend it that way, and it's going to be straight pretty quick. So that's how I would do it. Let me know if you've got a different way to do it out there. All right, Turner, I think this is a viewer because it says repeat buyer. So, Brenda, if you are a viewer, thank you. What in the world is this guy?
Donald Duck.
It is Donald Duck. Classic rock Donald Duck. I don't know. Maybe it's like Beatles there. It's got the British
what
invasion.
Noise does he make again?
Huh?
I forgot what noise he makes. What does he make? I can't do it anymore. I used to be able to do it.
I can't do really good either. I can't believe I just did that. Anyway, that's $7.99 plus shipping for that Vinylmation. All pure profit at this time. Definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
All right, y'all, check it out. 2 packages in 2 days.
Another Sal.
Another hedgehog. How cool is that? We got to get Sal down here on the videos here. Blue Ridge Mama and Reagan. This is from A and Pickers. Thank you both. You guys can go ahead and dig through it here. Thank you both for all you do. I've included some stuff for the boys if you feel they deserve it.
Nope, negative.
Oh my goodness.
My gosh.
That's very good.
Heck?
That's very good. Go ahead and shop at Goodwill whenever you want.
Everything is heavy at that.
All right, very cool. We met him in Tennessee, y'all, and he'll be down at Uncle. I think he is coming.
These scissors do not work.
I think Uncle Mark's anyway. Okay, what we got
like
there?
Some
VHS. Be careful there. Careful now. Sealed VHS. You're making me nervous.
Yeah.
You want me to do that? Here, you hold the camera.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's for you, Turner. And you sent stuff for me. Oh, no way. That is really cool. That is really cool. That is, I like it.
Yep.
I have to earn it.
You gotta do the shipping for it. Yeah, you gotta finish the shipping.
I like it.
Look, Turner.
The missing matches. I'm gonna watch that. No, I'm not. It's sealed. I can't watch it.
Got another one.
Okay. Scarface sealed.
Turner,
Cool.
what the heck? That thing is
With watermarks. Very cool. I like it. What else we got?
That thing's crazy.
We got a bunch of stuff in here. What's this?
I don't know.
Sculpted flag. Hey, look at that. It's Snoopy. Very cool. All right, and one last thing in here.
Heavy. Oh, look. Oh my God.
That is a ceramic hedgehog.
That's what was making it so heavy.
It's too funny.
That is so cute.
Oh, it's like a flower pot or something.
Oh,
That is so cute.
look. Oh,
Look,
there's
the
other stuff
lid.
in here.
That's the lid in there. That's the lid.
Yep.
Careful with it.
Or is it a cookie jar?
Yeah,
If it has a
cookie jar.
lid, then it's a
Hedgehog.
cookie jar.
Yeah, you're right.
Aww. So cute.
But that is so cute.
Alright, that is
More
super,
stuff
super nice. A.M. Pickers, y'all. Go
Oh,
check
there's
him out. He's got a
something else in
YouTube
here.
channel.
Look, it's like mini hedgehogs.
He appeared on the
Are
Crash
these
Cast
salt and pepper
podcast.
shakers?
Oh my gosh. Wait. So that's the top. Where?
You have won the girls' hearts over.
This is awesome.
Don't know. They're so
We should have put this video
Mom,
on the
they
Homeschool
are.
Hustlers channel.
They're salt and pepper.
That is so
Sal,
cute.
Sal says thank you very much.
I say thank you. Put
Yes.
those on myself in the kitchen. You know my thing was salt and pepper.
Yes.
That is so cute.
All right, thank you
Thank
very,
you.
very much, as usual, Mike. Worst worm ever, he says in the picture. So, Mike, we really do appreciate it. You say
Bye.
thank you?
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
You want to say thank you? No? I think the cats went out. Are they going to fight?
They were.
Thanks, Mike. One more time, a big thank you to Charlie, to SupplyHut for sponsoring the new building. A big thank you to you guys. Hey, you know what? A big thank you to all the sponsors. And I say this all the time, and people are like, you don't have to say it all the time. We know. I can't help it. And I'll just say it. I'll try not to say it for like a week. How's that? I am so appreciative of everybody who watches this show and all of this stuff. Sponsors, sponsored videos and affiliate links, all this stuff, none of it. Uncle Mark's Garage Sale, Trash Cash Podcast, Garage Sale Nation Facebook group, GarageSaleNation.net, Commonwealth Flipper, all the stuff, everything that we do, Commonwealth Picker, Commonwealth Flipper, I think you guys are well aware of all of the stuff we do. All of it is not possible without everybody who watches. The Facebook group, TikTok, Instagram is growing like crazy. We are so flattered that people want to watch me, watch my family. I don't know if it's the pets, whatever it is. I was always afraid, when Turner lost his chubby cheeks, that nobody'd watch because they only watched for Turner's chubby cheeks. But at any rate, a big thank you to all of you and all the sponsors in every way. And all that stuff's always listed down below in the description. So, if you ever find yourself in need of any of their services or products, I would appreciate it if you would use them. Let them know that you watch over here. I appreciate that very much. In the link tree, if you're on Instagram, all of them are always listed on there. You can always find those links. So you guys are amazing. And I'll stop right now. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.